Hello everybody and welcome back to Vegas Virality. In today's video I'm going to be giving you my list of 5 characters that need to become ascendable in the future. And usually at this time I shout out my favorite comment from my last video, but I'm going to take this time to shout out a channel. If you're a long time subscriber to this channel, you know that we had a third member named Billy, or as you guys know him from this Walking Dead videos, Charge. He moved farther away from us, so he's not able to come as frequent as he would want to make videos with us, and he made a new gaming channel with my other cousin. It's called Brown Ink Gaming. Now their videos are hilarious. They're like comedy oriented, and I personally find them funny, so if you want to go check that out, I'm gonna leave a pop-up at the top right here to my favorite video. It revolves around the video game Hall of Fame induction class of 2018. It's a great video, so go and check that out. And now, without further ado, let's get into this list. Okay, so before we start this countdown, I just want to say that I'm gonna use one character of each trait. So I'm gonna have one alert character, one fast character, one tough character, and one strong character, and my 5th one is gonna be one of my personal favorite picks. And for the fast character, it is going to be the human shield Michonne from Into Deep. Now, obviously, you know, human shields were a big part of the game, especially Connor when he first came out. He was the character to have, but as soon as this Michonne was released, she became the premier human shield to have because of, you know, absolute defense and the fact that there aren't very many heavy-hitting greens except for Shiva that I can remember anyway. There are many more hard-hitting tough characters which take out Connor pretty easily. So what does she do? She does 275% damage and negative 40% attack for 1 turn to 1 enemy and all enemies adjacent to it. So pretty much 275% damage to the whole team if you attack the person in the middle. And she's a human shield, which is her draw. And honestly, if this character became ascendable, I would love it because I personally have this character. But she doesn't make the list just because I have her. She is an awesome character. She's still used today. Honestly, she's one of the few epic characters still used in wars today. And I honestly think that having her as a legendary character would be awesome. So I think for her legendary character, human shield is obviously the special skill I would keep her with. Her active skill, maybe I could do heal herself or maybe heal the team. Heal 2 teammates or something like that. I would do her active skill heal or something like that. Her adrenaline rush wouldn't change that much. I mean, maybe take the percentage of damage up to maybe 300% or maybe 350%, and that's pretty much it, because I think negative 40% attack's still pretty good. So if you attack one character and all of its teammates, pretty much that's a good thing to have too. I would obviously make her stats better. Her defense would be obviously pretty good, maybe around 1800, and her health would probably be around 2000, maybe like 19, something like that, and her attack would be probably around 1300. So that's pretty much it for Michonne. Let me know what you think. Do you think she should be ascendable? And let's get to the next character on the list. Okay, and by the way guys, these characters are not in any order. The next character on the list is Shiva Force Jesus. Now I love this Jesus. When the Shiva Force first came out, this was my favorite character of the bunch. And honestly, these guys kind of went to waste because right after the Shiva Force came out, legendary characters were introduced. So Jesus never got his time to shine. He does 450% damage to up to 3 enemies, which is cool. This character regains up to 25% of their max HP. And he has the Hold the Line special skill, which is also a really good one to have. And as for his special skill, I can see him keeping Hold the Line because there's not many Hold the Line legendary characters that I see. I think the only one that I can recall right now at the moment is Wyatt, and his adrenaline rush is still going to deal 450% damage to up to 3 enemies. This character regains up to 20, yeah, so he can do more damage, maybe like 550, something like that, and then heal himself for about like 35, maybe 40, something like that. Just bulk that up a little bit, and his active skill could be like Impair or something. Nothing too cool, too like strange, something basic like Impair or Recover Impair or something like that. That's the only thing I could think that wouldn't make this guy too overpowered, but I would love to see this character be ascendable. Other than Michonne, this is probably the one I want to see the most, so let's get to character number 3. Alright, so here's character number 3 on the list, and my main complaint with strong legendary characters are that they're not very hard-hitting, or they're like more support characters. Now this guy is some guy I would love to have be ascendable. I don't have him personally, but I would have loved to have him when, you know, 5 stars were irrelevant. He has Guardian. He does 700% damage to 1 enemy. This character gives plus 80 crit for 2 turns. So he was a beast for zombie missions, as I can tell. And he doesn't have an active skill or a leader skill, but his stats are pretty good. So what I would say, and his role is tank. So I would say he has probably like super high defense at like 1900, and then maybe like 1800 health or something like that. But his attack probably would be around 1700. So this guy's, he's a tank, but he does hit hard with 700% damage. So honestly, this guy would be one of my favorites. And this guy could also combat the legendary Michonne, the shield, the one that I talked about in the beginning. This could be a good counter for her. And honestly, I would love to see this character because I want to see strong characters get their attacks up and have somebody that's a very good damage character. And I think this Ezekiel would do it. All right, and character number 4 on the list is Made to Suffer number 2, Andrea. And her epic character has Sustaining Shot, deal 650% damage to one enemy. All teammates regain up to 25% of their max HP for 2 turns, and her specialist skill is Indomitable. And I included this Andrea simply because you can't have a bunch of legendary characters become new without having a healer, and I think this Andrea does a really good job healing while also dealing a really good amount of damage. And her specialist skill Indomitable is also really cool, so you attach this Andrea a stun gun and maybe a bulk to her attack, or you can get her huge bonus to AP when attacking or defending or something like that for her weapon. But her Sustaining Shot, I wouldn't change a thing about it. 650% damage is okay with me, and all teammates regain up to 25% of their max HP for 2 turns. Maybe have it be 30% or 35%, that's the only thing I would really change. And the Indomitable specialist skill is one of my favorites, so I wouldn't change that on her as well. Maybe give her for an active skill, maybe stun, or recover stun or something like that. But that's pretty much it for this Andrea. I mean, other than her stats, she has pretty good stats as well. She is a medic, so she has high HP, so probably 2000 HP, maybe 2100, super high HP. Her attack probably would be lacking, so probably like 15 or 1400. And then her defense probably be like 18, 19s around there. So I think this Andrea would be a really good legendary character, and I think they should include her in the future. So now to the final character of the bunch that I think need to be ascendable in the future. This is Road to Survival number 2, Rosita. And I think she would be good simply because another popular Adrenaline Rush trait is Revival, and this is one of my favorite Revival characters. I personally never got her, but I wanted her so bad. And it also helps that she has my favorite special skill of the bunch, Neutralize. And her quick reaction Adrenaline Rush does 500% damage, which means she hits pretty hard to one enemy, revive up to 2 teammates with 15% of their max HP. Now, I love that. So you revive 2 teammates, and you also deal 500% damage, so you can't go wrong with that Adrenaline Rush. And Neutralize is my favorite specialist skill simply because it stops the other team from being annoying, like healing, like Erica. Or you know how the Eagle Eye Andrea is going to be ascendable in the future. I think you could stop her pretty well, so she's probably going to be a heavy hitter as well. So I think this Rosita would come in super clutch. I love neutralized characters. I have a neutralized governor on my team, and he's probably my favorite team member. And this Rosita becoming ascendable would be one of the characters that I would honestly pay money to get, depending on if they kept her the same. So dealing 500% damage, I think they could probably do 550, probably bulk that up a little bit. And instead of reviving 2 teammates with 15% of their max HP, maybe 2 teammates with 25% or 30% or something like that. Or you could do that, keep it the same, and then have her active skill be the first revival active skill, which would be honestly really cool. But I think it as something like, it's going to be an active skill that's very hard to level up, so it's going to take, you're probably going to have to max it out before you can revive, and until then it just heals characters or something like that. I think that'd be a cool way to do it. And I think she could have a leader skill as well, probably like 40% bonus to defense and a huge bonus to AP when being attacked. I don't know, I'm not really good with making leader skills, but I think that could be a good leader skill to give Rosita. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Obviously these are just my opinions, but I'm curious to see what you guys think. Which characters would you love to see become ascendable in the future? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm very interested to hear what you guys have to say. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate the support. Share this video with a friend, like this video, and subscribe down below. I will see you in the next video, guys. Thank you for watching.